Okay, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents. I have this software and it's called the Bible Discovery. And it's at www.biblediscovery.com. These are all the free versions. Virgins free! Oh God, that's prostitution! Anyway, stop it. This is not that type of conversation. However, there are more free versions. All you do is, this will automatically pop up when you download it. The reason why I am doing this is because I believe it was this one or it was this one. Okay? I was doing what's known as my daily Bible reading. I'm required to read the Bible at least one scripture a day. And so I was taking care of my daily Bible reading. And in the midst of taking care of my daily Bible reading, I was going over Matthew's the 4th chapter. And I was thinking, I just did a video telling people that the Trinity was a bunch of bull. And, you know, I knew a lot of people wouldn't be too happy about that. And I don't care. Because I have, in Matthew's the 4th chapter, some creature asking Jesus, if you are the Son of God, if you are a Son of God. Excuse me, that's Satan. Wouldn't he know who Jesus was? And then he tells Jesus to turn bread into stone and to throw himself off the side of a cliff, a mountain. And Jesus tells him that it is written, you shouldn't put your God to the test. So my question is, if Jesus was God, and the rule is you can't put him to the test, then wasn't Satan putting Jesus to the test? And if Jesus was God, wouldn't he be putting God to the test? Where is the contradiction going to stop? So that's why I say the people who believe in that junk are not believing in it because the Bible says it. They're believing in it because it's a tradition thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm bringing all of this up because I want to be asleep right now, but something has disturbed me. What I did is I pulled up that particular version of the Bible I pointed out earlier. And when I pulled up that version of the Bible, would you believe it? Where it said the word God. Now I'm used to it saying Jehovah because my Bible puts God's name back where it's supposed to be, which it originally was there over 7,000 times. Well, mine, the version I have, puts it back where it belongs. However, this version that I was looking at, the one that I just pointed at, that particular version of the Bible says that God's name, the word for God is, well, you're not going to believe it when I show it to you. So give me a second. I just got a couple more of these downloads to do because I do download all the versions that they make, available. And as you can see, they make quite a few Bibles available. In a moment, I'll be not only downloading the Bibles, but I'll also be downloading the dictionaries because they have dictionaries that go with this. It is a free software. Oh, but I thought you Jehovah's Witnesses only use the New World Translation. Your mama. You see, that's what happens when people sit up there and judge people based upon stupidity, is they assume. Ladies and gentlemen, don't assume. As a matter of fact, this video, we're going to take this video off into a different light. We're not going to talk about the Bible. There are a lot of dictionaries. God, there are a lot of dictionaries. And most of the dictionaries are free. Some of them are not available, as you can see, that very first one. If you find one that's not available, like you see I click on this one and nothing happens, I click on this one, nothing happens, start the program up again, and then we'll close the program out and start it up again, and you'll see that you'll be able to download those. Not every one. Some of them are just no longer available. I guess what happens is that the company who puts this out doesn't have all the rights to the particular versions of dictionaries and Bibles. Now, I'm doing this because I do research. And it is very interesting to have the older dictionaries that have the older understandings definition. Uh-oh, we got a bug. I don't want no bugs, y'all. Bugs, pest control. Well, anyway, those dictionaries help narrow down the understanding of things. There's a lot of things that people just don't get. You can tell them, God's name ain't Jehovah, it's Yahweh. And then you explain to people that Jehovah is the English pronunciation, Yahweh is the Hebrew pronunciation, and they still don't get it. They think that because it's one pronunciation. See, that's the thing that I'm about to show you with the understanding of the word that's in another Bible. Again, this video is not about the Bible. This video is about something different. I'll show it to you. Let's see if it'll still pop up. No, I'll have to start this up and do that again. I just needed that because I need it. Okay, what we're going to do is we got to go here. This is the word aloha that Bible had for God's name. It said aloha. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, weren't we told aloha means hello and goodbye? Impossible. You know why I say? Because how can you have a word meaning the positive and the direct opposite negative? Impossible. It's impossible. Impossible. It's impossible. Okay, I'm not going to play any music during this one. Oh, by the way, there was a gentleman who actually thanked me, and a young lady who actually thanked me, and then about 15 other people today thanking me for the information, the videos, and everything. And I want to tell you all, you're welcome. Just that simple, that plain, you're welcome. Let's get back into this. Yes, just that simple, that plain. Let's get back into this. Okay? It says, the deeper meaning of aloha by Kirby Rule. For those who follow the path of Huna, or are fortunate enough to live in Hawaii, it is common for us to say aloha. However, it says, what does aloha mean? And it says, most people think aloha is a word that means both hello and goodbye. It is true that Hawaiians say aloha both when greeting someone and when saying goodbye, but it is not to be taken literally. The real meaning of aloha in Hawaiian is that of love, peace, and compassion. Interesting. So pay attention. I want you to understand. How can someone say to you when you approach them, love, and when you leave, love, or when you approach them, peace, and when you leave, peace, or when you approach them, compassion, or when you leave, compassion? Ladies and gentlemen, what I told someone this evening after I came across this, I said it is impossible for the same word to have the same meaning, both opposite and negative. Impossible. Okay? You cannot have that in a word. Well, it's a word. It's a contextual thing. Whatever. It didn't make sense to me all the time I was growing up. It just didn't make sense to me when somebody told me that aloha means hello and goodbye. That was stupid. I mean, that's what I was saying to myself. You know, it's, you know, think about it. As a child, you would have a hard time grasping something like this. It says, it is true in Hawaiian to say aloha both when greeting someone and saying goodbye, but it is not to be taken literally. The real meaning of aloha is peace, love, and compassion. It's the guidelines of how to live. A life of aloha is one when the heart is so full of overflowing with the ability of influence others around you with your spirit. Again, I knew that it had a religious connotation to it. Just that simple. I knew it all this time, and now when I opened that Bible and it actually put aloha for God's name, so let me show you why that Bible translated it correctly, and that Bible being translated before America even went over to Hawaii. Okay? Let me explain to, oh, by the way, you know most Hawaiians are not Hawaiians, they're actually Chinese. That's their origin, that's their history. But that's okay. Do that research later. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the Bible, 1 John 4:8, he who has not come to love, or he who does not know love has not come to know Jehovah, because Jehovah is love. The Bible calls him a God of peace. The Bible calls him a God of compassion. The Bible calls him a spirit. What does hello, and goodbye have to do with spirit? Well, sometimes a spirit comes to you and says hello, and then other times it comes and says goodbye. Yeah, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, I called up one of the members of SACOM who I will discuss things like this with, and I asked him, I said, how many times are they going to keep lying to us? How many times are they going to lie to us? We're lied to about our history. We're lied to about our nationality. We're lied to about our race. We're lied to about the date and time of events. We're even lied to when we got idiots out there claiming that the earth is flat, because they think that everything is a conspiracy, that the government is lying to everyone, that the Russians faked sending a dog into outer space who literally died in outer space, that we can't make it to outer space to be able to see the earth. Okay? Got some errors, y'all. It just didn't like what I was doing. Oh well, that means, look at that, an error has occurred. My internet connection, but I have an internet connection. I'm still connected. Oh well. Anyway, it's impossible. Okay? That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense last year. It doesn't make any sense this year. It won't make any sense next year. We keep getting lied to every turn, every time. Back in love again. I turn around. Jeffrey Osborne and LTD, y'all. Every time I turn around, when I look, I'm in. Every time I turn around, back in love again. Right back in love again. Said all right. Okay. Every single time we're being lied to. You know, I had somebody tell me they actually like the fact that I am honest. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell it to you like it is. You guys are gullible. Anybody can take your money from you. You know, I got people who want to call me and just have a conversation and want to tell me they're going to pay me to have the conversation with me. And I told them, I said, you know what my price is? And then they tell me a little bit about what the issue is they want to talk about. And I said, no, you don't need to pay me for that. This is what you need to do. But I'm not going to be doing that anymore. Now, it's not that I want to take people's funds from them, because that's not me. That's not what I want. What I mean, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be allowing people to take up that type of time from me. Because each moment I have to spend responding to one of those individuals is a moment I could be spending finishing up some of the motions, finishing up some of the appeals that I'm working on. I just had somebody remind me that I have to provide a response to a bankruptcy case dismissal. And she's right. I was supposed to give her some sort of a heads up, but she's reminding me as I asked her to do. So she's going to be calling me, and I got to get started on her paperwork, which means that's going to take away from my time helping the rest of you. I've been up since 6 o'clock, and literally today I sat in front of this computer for more than 10 hours. Okay? That's my day. 10 hours just sitting in front of this computer, not idly sitting in front of this computer, but doing one thing or another in front of this computer. That's my day. Now, as you see, I didn't have to start over. I was able to download one of those that said it wasn't going to download earlier. But for right now, I don't know if it's going to let me download all of these, because you've seen all the errors. Okay? So, I don't know. But this is me talking while I take care of some things that I don't want to take care of later because I'm busy. Got some things to do, like go to sleep. And get up again tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock and do the same thing all over again, because I have an appeal that I have to start working on, and I had 3 motions that I put together, and I have somebody else reminding me Again, that I have another motion that I have to put together, another appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, as I try to get these individuals whose appeals I'm working on to understand, appeals are not something that I can just sit up here and just sneeze out of the side of my neck. And there you go. Oh, look at that. There's your appeal. Oh, don't worry about it. It don't work that way. Appeals take a lot of thinking because, again, I have to, when I'm writing to a particular court, I have to either do research on this particular court, get to know the personality of the judges, because each court has its personality. And it's not usually the personality of the presiding judge, it's the personality of the powers that be. Okay? That's usually what it is. By the way, that TV show that I told you guys about, Scandal, I'm going to give them a little bit of credit. I did not see that show going in that direction. Lord have mercy, I did not see the show going in the direction of its last season. And the way that season ended, it was a little bit interesting. And no, when shows catch me off guard like that one did, and it did catch me off guard, I did not expect it to work out the way it worked out. But it did. And that's just the way it is. All right, let's do probably about 2 more, and then I'll get back to showing you what I want to show you. Well, look, we don't even have to do 2 more because basically they're all installed. Let's see, make sure. Nope, there's an error there. Well, that's an error, so we ain't gonna be doing that one. All right, but that's it. Anything else I'll do tomorrow. Can't hit that X because X don't mark the spot in that case. Ladies and gentlemen, there was I saw an advertisement from MSNBC, no, Microsoft, their website at Microsoft.com. You know, the one that's about to pull up in a second, so I'm waiting for it to pull up. There we go. Uh-oh. See? Exception again. Exception, but these are still waiting. I wonder if we're going to get an exception with them. Yeah, I may just have to start it all over again. These are waiting. I think I'm going to have to start it all. Starting all over again. It's going to be rough. All right. This is what we're going to look up. And I blew this up a little bit big. We're going to leave it there. I know it's, let's see, Georgia. GeorgiaTechStudentshot. Okay. Georgia Tech shooting. Georgia Tech student shot dead. As you can see, I had already had it pulled up. We're going to go, look at that. Kevin Hart. Poor young man. Going through all that stuff. That's what he get for not keeping control of things. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the picture that I saw yesterday for the first time. Okay? What it appeared to me, and let's blow this up so you guys can see what I was looking at. It appeared to me, they're saying that the student, I didn't know that this was a female. I thought originally when I saw the picture being so small, I thought it was a black guy. Couldn't see the arms really. All I saw was looked like they were wearing a hoodie or something. But after realizing, knowing the story, realized this is the picture I saw, realized this is a girl. And she, originally the police were called, this is school police, this is Georgia Tech Police Department, the Georgia Tech College Police Department. So this is campus police. They are police officers. They have the powers to arrest. While watching this particular video, because there is a video that goes with it, and like I said, I'll finish this tomorrow. There's no, it'll take care of itself. There is a video that goes with it. And so what I want to do, what I thought was, let's stop you for a second. What I thought was the officer has his gun I thought the officer was walking towards a person. I'm like, what the is an officer doing walking towards a person with a knife? Okay? The person, there's nobody else around, so there is no threat to anybody else, and they can easily talk the person down and call in more people. But I'm thinking he just shot the person. That ain't the way it was. That ain't the way it was. Let's see if this has the video. No. Give me a second to copy this. And I'm going to see if I can pull up the video. I was able to do it earlier just by looking up, but as you saw, I actually clicked on this particular link for that particular thing. This is the young lady who was shot. Okay? However, this is the video that I want us to take a look at. And then I'm going to let you guys get back to your day, because for me, it's nighttime, but for you guys, it's morning time, because some of you are definitely on the East Coast and it's after 1 o'clock. But then you're not watching this at the same time that I'm doing this video, so I don't think it's going to really matter. Anyway, that's just me saying that I'm a little concerned about your time. And I'm going to see if it's going to give me a video, because if it ain't giving me a video, you see how the officer is now back there? When I show you the video, you're going to see that this person, the young lady with the knife, is walking towards the officer. Hold on, let me get that video for y'all. For yous all. Because for the life of me, it doesn't make sense. I believe this is the video. You would think this was the video, but that's just an article. And that's Washington Post, so these are articles. Let me get the video. Come on, Google. I'm so glad you put that option there. It makes it a whole lot easier. We can just choose images and videos and Google searches and everything. Now you guys gotta see the actual video, not the preview. You gotta see the video, because if you listen to the news, you won't get this. You won't see what's really going on. The video, I feel sorry for the girl's parents. See, it keeps taking me to these articles. I'm looking for the actual video. Oh, there it is. This is the video. See, it says 44 seconds. So, let's see if it's going to let me play. Come on! I want to play! It doesn't want me to play, y'all. I'm going to put you guys on pause. Gotta close this. It just close, and minimize. Yeah, it's supposed to be video, but it ain't video. So I'll put you guys on pause, and I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the part of the video, but it lets you know that some people consider some of the contents of this to be disturbing. Let me see if I can get I should have, you know what? I had the option of downloading the video, but it was only a couple of seconds, as you can see, only 44 seconds. Oh, so they shot her twice. The other video only saw one, but I just want you all to see some. Stop. Do you see? Remember, she was over here at first, going towards this officer. He's walking back. The beginning of the video that I saw originally is them telling her to drop it, and she's telling them to shoot her. Okay? So let me see if I can find that video, and I'll be right back. Okay. I haven't seen this video. This is on YouTube, so I don't know what this video is going to show. So let's make sure.
Take my hand and take me home tonight. Throwing caution to
just saw the
I'll
footage,
take a
but I
chance
guess I
and
didn't
let
see
you
it.
in. Just take my hand and take.
Nope. This is not the video I want. I thought that video would do it. This one says 2 minutes full video, so let's do this one. And that video was a little misleading, the one that I
The
just
student
had.
killed by police on the Georgia Tech camp.
I want you all to pay attention to something. I'm going to do a little bit different than the news media is going to do, and most people who are going to show this video is going to do. I'm going to show you what to look for
This
and
on
what the police are
Saturday night
looking
was known
for.
as an aspiring political activist who served as president of the university's Pride Alliance. The parents of Scout Schultz said that their child, who identified as neither male nor female, had suffered from anxiety and depression and had spent time in counseling after attempting suicide by hanging
Okay,
2 years.
let's stop right here. Do you see? His gun's pointed down, hers pointed at her. Now, originally they were called to the scene, and it was said that this young lady had a gun. So the police are showing up at the scene, and they are at a heightened sense of anxiety, because they believe that they're going to be approaching another one of these school shooters. And so when they approach, excuse me, let me get rid of this advertisement. When they approach, they are talking to the young child. And this is somebody filming from their room, because as you see, there's a parking structure for student parking. Now, some of them say they were shot by Atlanta police because these are Atlanta police officers. Even though they're Georgia Tech police, they are police officers. This is Big Mama. She ain't running from nobody, y'all. Now, want you to pay attention. She's got her gun drawn. He's got his gun, but look at him. He's the more seasoned officer. She is, look at her stance. She is following the book. She's got her right foot planted behind her, her left foot in front. She's doing exactly what she's been trained to do. Sorry, again, most people won't notice this. She, because she's standing this way, you notice she approached her at this angle. He's approaching her from this angle. They are not standing next to each other. They're standing apart at angles. This is how they are trained. Notice what happens.
Ago. But Scout's death came as a
They're telling her drop the knife, but notice the officers were here. They have both, the female officer is here, he's here. They are backing up. She is walking towards them. I thought this was the video. This thing said full video. I thought this video was going to show her walking toward them. She doesn't walk towards them as she's tippy-toeing. She walks towards them in a stride, not running, not speed walking, but literally walking as if it's a normal pace. He is telling her, she's saying, shoot me, shoot me. And she's saying, no, we are not going to shoot you. Put the knife down. He's saying, no, I'm not going to shoot you. Put the knife down. You see how he is still backing up. See, that's why I said I thought he was walking forward, because this is the footage that they showed. The other officer is right here. Let's notice what goes on next.
Scout is a very loving and caring and empathetic person. I don't think
I
there
don't
was a
know
single
why
person
they
that
didn't
didn't
just
love
show
them
it,
and
but
cherish
hold
them for
on.
their involvement in the different causes, them for standing up for what they believe in, Lynn Schultz said.
No, well,
Police
there is the
encountered
knife.
Scout Schultz, a person with a knife and a gun.
Okay, see, they said a knife and a gun. That's what she just stated. The officer is behind. He was on this side of the railing. He actually walked around it because she kept walking towards him. This officer is over here, but because she's got the louder mouth telling her put the knife down, she goes her way. Okay, you see his gun. He's not playing with her. Now he's in his stance. Right foot back, left foot front. Look at his hands. Look at her hands. See, this is how they are trained. Okay?
The Bureau of Investigation. Schultz wasn't holding a gun in video recorded from a window above the parking lot shortly before midnight.
And
as
see
the
how
campus
he
was
is
placed on
backing up?
lockdown. The Bureau wrote in a statement that the student was armed with a knife. Stewart said that photos from the scene show that Schultz had a 12-piece multi-tool at the time of the shot and with some butcher knife when that's just not the case, said Stewart. Stewart said that Schultz was shot once and that the bullet pierced the heart. Stewart said that only one officer fired and that none of the other officers who responded from the Georgia Tech Police Department had been issued TASs. A spokesman for Georgia Tech told CNN that campus police do not carry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will give them some credit. The people who are bringing this up, that a taser probably would have taken care of the situation. However, they did not have tasers. They did not shoot her immediately. If she was black, yes, she probably would have been dead about 30 minutes ago. Okay? But the fact is, she approaches them. They are not planning a knife on her. Remember, somebody phoned in and said she had a gun. Okay? However, what they did is they did everything they could to keep from shooting this person who is approaching two officers with their guns drawn with a knife. Now, notice her hands. Her hands are not up. Her hands are down. But because somebody reported her having a gun, and you all know it, you want to get the police to come in a hurry, you tell them somebody got a gun. They'll show up a lot quicker than if you just told them that somebody got a knife. They'll take their time if a person got a knife, but somebody got a gun, they'll show up right away. You guys know it. So somebody, and if I was the parents, you can't go after the officers because they did what they were trained to do. Sorry, so many people are chastising and criticizing police officers for doing bad stuff. Like I said, when I originally saw this video, not that part. When I originally saw this, and he was that far away, this is the first footage I saw. I'm saying to myself, how is he going to shoot somebody with a knife and they're that far away? There is no way he can consider this person to be a threat. But that's only because I saw still footage like this junk here. And the person said full video. And this ain't the right one. This really ain't the right one. But let's see. That ain't the right one. That ain't it. That ain't it. I'm looking for the one that literally... This seems to be the whole video, y'all. The other one was edited. Because you see the footage. You see how it's in this little box here. Okay, so we know that that's a news thing. But this one looks like it's going to be the whole thing. And I'm not trying to see the young girl get shot. That's why I'm glad the tree is in the way. This is the same video that we saw earlier. See? There we go. That's what I want to show you. That's what I want to show all of you. Pay attention. I didn't see this originally. I didn't see it until I saw the video. This is another one of these edited videos, but as you can see, the color's a lot better. So this one's a lot better.
Come on, man, drop the knife.
Drop the knife. Come on, lady, drop the knife. So this is the actual video from the actual telephone. I want you all, please, to pay attention to what's going on here, because it says everything else, and all the people who want to be upset, sorry, you don't really have much to be upset about. Both of these officers, from the moment this video starts, pay attention to what's going on. They are backing up. They are not trying to escalate the matter like you will find if the person was of color. These individuals are trying to de-escalate the matter. Notice what he says, come on lady, drop the knife, and she says, come on, drop the knife. She should be shutting up. He is the control officer. He is the OC or OIC, okay? Okay? Officer in charge. You can tell he's the more senior. How do I know he's the more senior? Because of how he reacts to everything.
Come on, man, drop the knife.
You see, now she's walking over this way. Why? Because she's looking to him for direction. Okay, she should not have been opening her mouth. She's trying to figure out what to do. So she's a little nervous. Sorry, it is the fact. She's a little nervous. He is the more senior one. Look at his gun. Now, we're going to back it up just a little bit more. I want you guys to see what's going on. Let's back it up to here. Her gun pointed at her. His gun pointed away. He's not pointing it up. He's not pointing it at her. Look at his posture. Look at his stance. She is in a defensive posture. He is not. because he sees that there's distance, he doesn't have to be as tense. His arms are not locked, but hers are. That shows you his experience.
Come on, man, drop the knife. Drop it.
Look at him. Now he is going to get his commanding voice. She's saying, shoot me. You guys may not have heard that, but pay attention.
Go.
She says, shoot me. He says, no, we're not going to shoot you.
Knife. Drop the knife. Drop the
Okay.
knife. Drop it. No, drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
See how he's still backing up? Now watch him walk around that post.
Я снимаю, блядь. Я снимаю.
Shut up. You see, he says, nobody wants to hurt you. And he's still saying to her, drop the knife. But she is walking towards them. Now, I told you I was going to show you the speed in which she walks. So pay attention to, don't pay attention to the voice or to the noise in the background. Notice her speed. Look at this. She's not slowing down. Look at her. She stops. She keeps going. She stops. She keeps going. But watch how she picks up that speed in just a second. Watch how many steps she's going to take in just a second. Okay? And now the strides are longer. But still not a threat to anybody because she's not running at anybody, but she's lunging. Okay, now she's walking real fast towards the female officer. It is the female officer who shoots her. Oh, sorry. We're not gonna let it go to the shooting. That I will not do. I refuse.
Drop the knife. Drop it. What's going on, man?
See, he's now trying to talk to her. Remember I told you the other officer is not a veteran? She's gonna escalate the matter. She's not doing it on purpose. She doesn't even realize this is what she did by talking to this woman, catching her off guard from the other side. Okay? She now brought this young lady's attention her way. And yes, if they had had tasers, this matter would have been over. But they did not. Pay attention. See? Now she's moving fast. Okay? And you see how he backs up? He takes a defensive posture now. Okay? But she has no place to go but backwards. And if you know anything about police officers, they're not supposed to retreat. And so she doesn't. She stands her ground and she delivers 2 shots. And as you heard the news report say, one hit her in the heart. Why? Because police officers are taught to aim for the largest center of mass. They are taught to aim for the heart. They are taught to shoot to kill. They're not taught to shoot somebody in the leg. They're not taught to shoot somebody in the behind. They're taught to shoot to kill. This is their training. But there is no one in the world who will have this investigated that will be able to say that these 2 officers did anything wrong. Not even this one right here, because they had told the person to drop the knife and she approached the officers with the knife. Sorry. That's going to be the end of that case. The parents are upset. If you want to get upset with anybody, you get upset with the person who brought up the issue about the gun, who made the issue more than what it was. If you want to get upset, then you get upset with their policies that they have in place, where they did not have a taser. However, tasers supposed to be used for individuals who, or even the, what do you call those stupid guns? The bean bags. That's supposed to be used in situations like this, but not every police department does that, and this is a college. And yes, it's a college, and the police officers should have had a taser. It's a college. But remember, there's been a lot of shootings, and this is Georgia Tech. Can anybody tell me, has Georgia Tech had any shootings? Then you can understand. Somebody said the person had a gun. Sorry, you see how dark this campus is? Let's go back. You see how dark this place would be if it wasn't for the lights of that parking structure? Okay, most campuses are dark. And so it is not unusual to have someone carry a knife, especially a young lady. Mace is not enough, okay? Because with mace, if you have somebody who's really intending on doing you harm, mace is not going to stop them. I guarantee you with all my life that if you really pissed me off and you sprayed mace in my face, yeah, that'll work, okay? I've never been sprayed with mace. Well, mace incapacitates. No, I'm sorry, people. I have kept myself under control for going on 30 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I have this thing called rage. Y'all remember rage? I like rage. That's my girl. Well, that's what I have. And so I have to keep that under control. Because once rage gets off, oh man. Oh, by the way, you can't ignite my rage. It is not ignited by other people. It's all internal. That's why I say I'm the one who controls it. And it is under control. Had it under control for 30 years. It's still there. It hasn't gone nowhere. It's sitting right there creeping, got his little head peeking up, wanting to step up and say something. You have no idea how many times I've had to walk away. But that's for a person who has control. This is Saturday night. She's by herself. So they were speaking about her being depressed. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a big possibility she was depressed. She's at a college. It's Saturday, the beginning of the school year. There's a big possibility that she's depressed. They say she had a mental breakdown. You idiots, you don't even know what a mental breakdown is. What I can tell you is it probably wasn't a breakdown. I can tell you she just probably had enough of people telling her what to do. And remember, this young lady was said to be gay, said to be a homosexual, a lesbian, a female portion. And she's got Bertha over here coming at her. And sorry, you don't approach individuals like that, like this. Okay, because now you're challenging her, and she's probably been challenged all her life. She's probably had people challenging her all her life. That's why, if you notice, let's break it down. Break it down. I don't want nobody else to hear the sound. If you notice, it said that she was an activist. All the other articles speak of her being an activist. 21-year-old student at Georgia Tech University shot dead. No, I'm looking for activists.
Can you hear my heartbeat
I
calling?
really don't want no more of that.
Can you feel
I
the
don't
love
want no
we're
more of
fighting?
that. I'm trying to go backwards and it just taking its time. Ladies and gentlemen, they called her a lesbian, gay, transgender rights activist. Okay? Again, she's probably had a lot of people challenging her. Earlier today, I'm sorry, I was talking about this because we have the shooting, and the 2011 shooting where the officer, 2011, look how long it took for them to say that this officer was not guilty. And it was a judge decision. Look how long it took them to say he wasn't guilty. And then look at all the people who are in jail for attempted murder and all these things, and look how quickly their trials go through. No, they did this on purpose. And they did this on purpose because you can't have a white officer going to jail for the killing of a black man. You can't do that because then every single person will say that it was race-related, race involved, or something. So that's why you can't do that. That's why they keep allowing these idiots to get off. So in one way, again, we keep hearing about school shootings, and look, Georgia Tech police overreacted by killing student. This is what a lawyer says, and this is where he's stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was looking this up, I started seeing all of the videos. See, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, tech student shot dead on campus. They said she was a activist. Okay? But when I was looking up this story, this is what I saw. All of these killings. all of these shootings. And then I even saw one where a mother and daughter go to jail for a car accident. I have no idea what happened in that situation, but what I see was the mother and daughter were of color. Sorry, these are the facts. I wish I could play that episode of, what's the name of that stupid show, Scandal, where the so-called black activist is in there talking about all the code words they use. Go and pay attention to that stupid Fox News televised report on Friday, where they said that the individual was an urban drug dealer. That very same day, no, the very next day, after I heard them say urban drug dealer, I had already, look, people, I forgot all about that term. Urban drug dealer. Whenever you hear the news media use the term urban, okay, or South Side, they're talking about black neighborhoods. They're talking about black people. Just this is just the fact. Those are code words because they can't straight out come out and say black, because then you could come at them and say, well, blah, 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 and racist and all this stuff. But no, they say urban because that's their code word. And so Fox News, the night I did the video, they said urban drug dealer. And you heard me say they had no proof of anything. They said they interrupted a drug deal, but they had no idea whether it was drugs or not because nobody had seized any evidence. They had a suspicion of a drug transaction, but they had no evidence until after they made arrests, until after they collected the evidence. Other than that, they had what they assumed, what they presumed to be a drug deal. But he was a known, according to them, he was a known urban drug dealer. He could not have been known. He wasn't known until afterwards. And then you look at the video, and sure enough, in the video, he does try to get away. He does back into the car door of a police car, but there are no police in the car. The police have already stepped away from the car, getting out of his way. He's not trying to run them over. You can clearly see he's trying to get away. But they said he tried to run them over. You look at the footage, he's not trying to hit no officer. He's actually just trying to get away. And unlike in other videos where you see the police step in front of the car, like I said, if you look at that video, the officers at no time attempt to shoot him. And he at no time attempts to shoot them. They said he had a gun. The video doesn't show him having a gun. The video shows him getting in the car and trying to get away. And the way he's spinning that wheel and spinning that car, you know he ain't got no gun in his hand doing that because you can tell he's using both hands. You don't even have to see him at the steering wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of BS going around. We've been lied to, we've been lied to, we've been lied to. In this Georgia Tech campus shooting, they didn't lie to us. They haven't lied to the students. It's right there on the video. You can see that this person approaches them. I don't care if she had a mental problem. That is no excuse. Why is it no excuse? Because we live in an era where these officers' lives are in jeopardy. People are shooting at them. People are angry at them. People want to kill them. Now, as I told you, the supervising officer, the OIC, the officer in charge, he did his job. He stepped back, kept distance, and the other officer followed his lead. But however, there was a point where this individual started coming towards her, and she started coming towards her rapidly. Sorry, people. She has been trained. She had no other alternative, because if she would have ran, she would have had to turn and run. If she had ran backwards, she could have slipped and fell. So yes, she had every right to believe that her life, her safety was in jeopardy. Some of you will disagree with that. I'm only giving you what the law says is probable cause for them to have a justified shooting. And the parents said that they're getting ready, they're hiring a lawyer, and that's where you hear about the lawyer talking about the officers overreacted. First of all, a lawyer is an idiot. This lawyer saying the officer overreacted? Excuse me? The officer says this on September 18th. Okay? Wait, let me do that. I gotta see this. I gotta see this because this is interesting. I'm not concerned about the article. I'm concerned about the positives and negatives. Because they took a survey. Where's the survey at? I saw it in the, Well, I guess it ain't there. Let's get to the bottom. Nope, it ain't there. It looked like it was a survey, but I guess it's not. But anyway, that the death took place on the 16th, the night of the 16th. The lawyer doesn't start speaking until the next day because apparently he wants some credit. And he probably wants to take over the case. Okay? But what I can tell you for a certainty, that if the officers had overreacted, if the officers had done something wrong, I promise you I would have pointed it out. Wait a minute. You all know that I would have. Okay? But the fact is, when I first saw the picture, I didn't have the full picture. I didn't have the full video. I didn't have the full scene. I didn't know what happened. I wasn't there. But now looking at the video today, this is my 4th time looking at that video today. And every time I look at it, I still see the same thing. I see them telling the young lady to put the knife down, and I see her saying, no, shoot me. And what I can tell you is maybe, honestly, maybe she just had enough. Maybe she just had enough. Maybe she just got tired of the way this world is. Maybe she got tired of the way college is. How phony and how fake college is. How you can go to college for 8 years, for 5 years, for 4 years, and literally not learn anything and not accomplish anything, and then get out of college and not have a job. Maybe she got tired of this dead-end life that people are living. Maybe she was one of those who, for lack of a better phrase, was unaware of everything going on around her. Again, maybe she just had enough. I don't know. I didn't know the young lady. I wasn't her friend. I wasn't there when she was going through her bad times. But if I was her friend, I would really be hating myself right now to allow my friend to get to that point. Because of course somebody must have recognized something was wrong. Somebody must have recognized it. And dealing with people with mortgages and credit problems and so-called legal problems and getting all these emails. That's why I tell people I cannot take on all of your problems. It's too much for one person. Your loved ones, your friends are supposed to be there lending you a helping hand. You don't need somebody to tell you how to get rid of this stuff. You need somebody to sit up there and give you fortification, give you encouragement, strengthen you, grab your hand and say, look, I'm here. I got you no matter what. And you guys, you don't have that. You're allowing this system to cause you to yell and scream at each other, to divide you, to stop talking to each other. You cannot let this system do that to you. You cannot let them win. You cannot let them have control. People have only survived this long, like I've said on video. My life has almost ended at least 12 times in the last 49 years. And not as a result of my doing anything wrong. Just one incident after the other. I'd like to think that the system doesn't appreciate me because some of the incidents were definitely at the hands of officials whom, such as doctors, were supposed to know what they were doing and did not do what they were supposed to do. But as Morpheus said, I am still here! Anyway, and the rest of you have to have the same mentality. In other words, got to have a split personality, split personality, split personality. I can control my split personality. Huh. Anyway, I'm sorry, that's UTFO, split personality, if any of you didn't get it. All right. Many of you don't have enough respect for yourself. So I said to some of you, get in front of that stupid mirror. Set aside some time and come up with 10 things about yourself that you appreciate, that you like. Some of you think it's easy, but I asked people to do that way back in November. And to this day, nobody has told me they have done it, because if they had, I'd be able to hear it in your voice. As a matter of fact, you wouldn't even be emailing me trying to ask me about anything. You would already be saying, I got this. I can handle this. I got this. You know, like Wanda used to say, I got you. Sorry. Y'all remember Wanda from In Living Color? Okay. Well, like she said, you would be telling me, I got this. I don't need your help. This is on me. I know what I'm doing. No, I just need you to do this. That's all I need you. Nope, I don't need you to do that. I got that. See, that's how you would be coming at me. You don't need somebody to hold your hand to do the work for you. What you need is for somebody to say, stop whining. Stop crying. Get the job done. That's what you need. Many of you are whining and crying. Now, as I told all of you, my situation is here to help the people that I'm here to help, especially in my current living arrangement. I have been helping all of you, and I haven't been putting, I've been putting my concentration here, but I haven't been putting my total concentration here. And this is where I stay. So my concentration is here. The rest of you guys are going to just have to pick up the crumbs where they lay. But for me, I have to take care of me now. Everybody keeps telling me to do that. Oh, you know you're not going to do it. You know how you keep saying that, but you never do it. You never take care of you. You're always taking care of everybody else. That's just how you do things. You're absolutely right. So that nobody can get mad at me when I start taking care of me. No one can. Because that's what I have to do, ladies and gentlemen. I have to take care of me. Okay? I have to take care of me. And so that's what I'm about to do, because I have to take care of me. It is 100%, absolutely 100,000% necessary that I take care of me. Now, with that being the case, I just wanted to show this night that in everything, sometimes the police are not to blame. And it does appear, because we don't have all of the facts, but we do have the conversation because they weren't whispering. But it does appear that the officers in that incident are not to blame. Yeah, maybe their supervisors, the administrators, and all of them, and the people at the college are to blame. And if the parents are going to sue anybody, they should be suing the college for having a police force that only has lethal force as an option. Then they should be suing the college. And because the young lady may have had some mental issues, they should be suing the college for not recognizing that, because that grown woman is at their facility and they have a responsibility. They have a responsibility at that facility. Sorry, I hit the table and my computer is attached to, the cell phone is tethering. Okay, but they have a responsibility to their students. They have a fiduciary responsibility, a trustee responsibility, and they're not taking care of their responsibility. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I will mention this. A lady went into court today. I told her, she's the one I did the video about on Friday, about telling them that I'm the beneficial owner of the Equitable Sestake Trust. So she told that to the judge. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what she came back and told me. She said the judge was actually scratching his head because he couldn't figure out how to respond to her. So I told her, I said, if he asks you another question, say, I am the beneficial owner of the Sestake Equitable Trust, or the Equitable Sestake Trust. But she didn't listen to me. She had a conversation answering his questions. I told her, before she went in there, do not answer his questions. You guys heard me say that on the video. Hold on, got to get rid of that. You guys heard me say that on video. Do not answer the question. Just simply say, I am the beneficial owner of the Equitable Sestake Trust. How may I help you, Mr. Trustee? He told her it was a civil matter. Of course it's a civil matter. You guys, you guys know why it's a civil matter? Sorry, my computer is frozen a little bit. Oh, this ain't there no more. Okay, that's what that is. All right. Yeah, that's why. Okay, let's do that. Hold on. 27 CFR 72.11. The meaning of terms. Did you guys know commercial crimes? Meaning of terms? Let's go. I don't want to pull up this document because, you know, this is the Freedom School. You guys know freedomschool.com? Freedom-school.com? Been around for a long time. A lot of information there. I would definitely encourage you to go there. But what you need to do is understand that the judge did not lie to this young lady. See, don't you guys, those of you who stay around and listen to the whole video, aren't you glad that you stayed around? Because you get information that the other people who ain't got the time to spend the time to chit-chat, yeah, they just want to use people. Now remember, this is the meaning of term. Commercial crimes. Any of the following types of crimes, federal or state, offenses against revenue laws. She's charged with an offense against the revenue law. Burglary, counterfeiting, forgery, kidnapping, larceny, robbery, illegal sale, possession of deadly weapons, prostitution, including soliciting, procuring, pandering, white slaving, keeping house of ill fame, and like offenses, extortion, swindling, and confidence games, and attempting to commit. She's attempting to commit a crime, and she's not conspiring to commit, but others are conspiring to commit. See, anytime you have attempting to commit, and every time you are charged with a crime, you're going to be charged with attempting to do something. So anytime you are attempting to do something and you are charged with a crime that says you attempted to do something, it is a commercial crime. Civil crime, pay attention, committing, conspiring to commit, or compounding any of the foregoing crimes, anywhere the combination of any of these things. Did you know that addiction to narcotic drugs and use of marijuana will be treated as if such were commercial crimes? Pay attention. Addiction to drugs is a crime, and marijuana use is a crime, both federal and state. But they legalize marijuana, no, only up to a limit. And you can't smoke it in public. Y'all should know that. You can't smoke it while you're driving. That's driving under the influence. So don't think that you're getting away with much, because eventually they're going to put the clamps on you. They only allow you to smoke them drugs so that you are never in your right state of mind. But I smoke marijuana. It gives me more clarity. Yeah, it sure does. That's right. You keep smoking that stuff, Ron West. I guess. Okay. Please understand, 7211 of Title 27 of Code of Federal Regulations clearly makes it your understanding that any of the following types of crimes, whether it's federal or state, is a commercial crime. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen, because I ain't done this before. Let's look up the definition of a commercial crime. Come on now. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it in the morning. Sweet breeze in the summertime. Feeling your sweet face. All laid up next to mine. Good love in the midnight. Good sleep come morning light. Don't worry about nothing. Just getting good. Just getting good. Just getting good love. Now pay attention. You notice how this says commercial crimes and this doesn't say anything about commercial? Crimes such as fraud, deceiving a person or company to get goods or money through forgery. It is caused by greed, common criminality, and uncertainty, but nothing about commercial. Commercial crime policy. Commercial crimes, LAPD, commercial crimes. Commercial crimes form, 27 CFR, commercial crimes. So there is a well-known history for commercial crime. Look, category, commercial crimes, Wikipedia, Wikipedia, okay? Wicked! Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I call it Wikipedia since anybody can add a comment up there and give their opinion. Don't you? You just hate it when people give their opinion, don't you? You better believe it. Why do you do that? Because opinions and people have one thing in common. They're all souls, okay? That's right, I said it. Opinions and people are all souls, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Does it go some other way? No, opinion and people have one thing in common. They're all souls. Now, here at Wikipedia, pages and categories, commercial crimes. The following 49 pages are in this category. Out of 49 total, the list may not reflect recent changes, but according to this, these are all commercial crimes. I would do some research on this, ladies and gentlemen. I'd actually prove it's a commercial crime because the judge told her that's a civil matter. And she responded to him. Excuse me, once he said it was a civil matter, all crimes are commercial, people. Once he said it was a civil matter, she would have said, thank you very much. I am the beneficial owner of the Equitable Sesticate Trust. How may I help you, Mr. Trustee? And if he says anything else, like I said in the video, like I said to her, you say it twice. Then you say, excuse me. Just that simple. Excuse me. But since you are not going to administer this account and recognize my standing and my status as the beneficial owner of the Equitable Sesticate Trust, then I have nothing else to say henceforth, and I refuse to participate. And that at that point, especially if you're out on bail, you ain't got to say nothing else. As long as you're out on bail, you're not a threat to nobody. You haven't threatened anybody. You shut up. Through the rest of the case, you show up every single hearing. You show up, okay? But you don't say a word, no matter what they say, no matter how they threaten you, because you don't have to participate. Some of you are not going to get this, so you're going to have to do some research. But I told all of you, when I told that idiot, and she was the presiding judge of the court, when I told her that I was not going to participate and I was not going to say anything else, I was going to exercise my right to remain silent, man, total control. Because I saw fear on this woman's face. And when I say fear, I mean fear. I'm not playing, I'm not joking. I saw fear, and I know fear when I see it because I put a lot of fear into a lot of people in my lifetime. Sorry, you don't get to be 230 pounds and, you know, have muscular dystrophy and be able to break and bend rims on basketball courts and not be able to put some fear in people. They didn't call me the bulldozer for nothing. They didn't call me hammer for nothing. Okay? So I know fear when I see it. And I saw fear on this judge's face when I told her I was not going to participate. Well, what you need to understand is what the law requires. The law requires, you just have to look up a competency hearing. No, competency, competency hearing. Just look up competency hearing, look up the federal rules under competency, and you will see that the law requires that the defendant be able to participate in his defense, his or her defense. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to participate in your defense. Okay? You don't want to, let's see. Let's do it this way. Competency hearing. Gimme. Did I put an R? See, that's what I get for not looking at the screen. Competency hearing can also be used in the criminal area to determine whether a person is competent to stand trial. A person must meet certain requirements for competency in order to be able to aid in their defense. You have to be able to assist in your defense and them putting you in jail. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Excuse me? Anything I say can be and will be used against me? Is that a guarantee? There it is right there. 4241, Title 18, the Criminal Code. Okay, let's go here. Ladies and gentlemen, You have to assist in putting yourself in jail. See, the conviction of the defendant while mentally incompetent violates due process. If there is reasonable cause to believe the defendant may be presently suffering, and this, anytime you're ordered a competency hearing, you're going to say, the court's always going to say that they believe that you're presently suffering from mental disease or a defect which may render you mentally incompetent to the extent that you may be unable to understand. That's why you never understand the nature and the consequence of the proceedings against you, and to assist properly in your defense. Every court, whenever they order a competency hearing, they will use this phrase in one fashion or another to order the competency hearing, because a judge cannot determine, because they're not a medical doctor, they cannot determine whether or not you're competent or not. They don't have the ability. But a hearing may be ordered on motion by the defendant or an attorney for the government or by the court. So you demand a hearing. Oh, by the way, at this hearing, they say sua sponte. That means the judge can order it. That's why it says or by the court. That's why they put that there. Ladies and gentlemen, at this hearing, if you read this code and you read it correctly, you will get to understand. At this hearing, provide the defendant shall be represented by counsel and shall have the opportunity to testify and present evidence and subpoena witnesses in their behalf and confront and cross-examine witnesses at the hearing. They knew that they were never going to give me my subpoenas and my witnesses, because I demanded subpoenas and witnesses. Even though I was declared competent, I still demanded my hearing, because the law says that a hearing may be ordered on motion by the defendant. So you have the right to a hearing. Most of you don't know this. Most of you cannot play with them the way I play. So the only thing I told you to do is simply cooperate. But I'm showing you this so that you can understand, because a lot of you think I'm just talking. Okay, a lot of you think that some of you think I know what I'm talking about, but a lot of you new booties, y'all think I'm just talking. Y'all think that, oh, he's just all stuck on himself. Well, I'm so stuck on myself that I know what I'm doing. That's why I told you that you simply tell them you're not going to participate, because you have to participate. They cannot try you or prosecute you unless you understand. That's why you never understand. Do you understand the charges No, I do not understand. Well, what part don't you understand? Well, I don't understand how I can be the beneficial owner of the Equitable Sesticate Trust, and you being the trustee administering a trust, and how you can sit up here and act like this is anything different. That's what I don't understand. So perhaps you can explain to me how this is a commercial crime and you're trying to treat it as if it's a criminal matter, for which I don't have to give you consent in order for you to proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, for a civil matter, in order for them to do anything to you, you have to consent. It's not enough to say, I don't consent, I don't consent. You have to not participate, and you have to not understand the nature and or the consequences. So, by the way, they will, the moment you tell them you don't understand, they'd like to order a competency hearing. That's why you get to understand. When you have the competency hearing, you just cooperate. And then you ask for your hearing on motion. And then you ask for your subpoenas and evidence, because you get to do discovery. It becomes a whole new trial. That's a civil matter. Even though it's under Title 18, this is a civil matter. So that's why you get to have an opportunity to testify, be represented by counsel if you choose, okay, and to have subpoenas, to subpoena witnesses on your behalf, and or confront and cross-examine witnesses. Play the gambit. If they want to play, that's what I told them. If y'all want to play, I want to play. And they denied me my right to a hearing. It's almost 3 years, people. And the appeal is still pending. Amazing, isn't it? Normally appeals take 2 years. But no, for me, oh, we're supposed to even be having oral arguments. I've given them the information regarding oral arguments, that I want to be there, that I want to say howdy to the court, and they still haven't given me my hearing. I don't know what to do. I'm just so stuck and flabbergasted. I don't know what to do, y'all. All right, well, what I do know is that this ain't working no more. So this is, even though it appears that it's working, let's see if it's working. Are you working? No, you're not working? It's not working, y'all. So since it ain't working, I'm going to have to just shut it off the difficult way. See? It ain't working. So I don't know what's going on. What's going on? All right, but I'm going to start this program over again. Would you like to save your screen position? Yes, I would. There you go. It goes bye-bye. That's how we take care of that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to the aloha. Do your research on that. I guess I'm pretty certain you're going to find that it's associated with religion somehow. Guarantee it. Even though they talk about you will get a better glimpse of Hawaiian life, okay, and it talks about love and sincerity of heart and all that stuff, I guarantee you're going to find it's associated with religion. See? Aloha spirit. And they're not talking about the spirit a person has. Oh, he's got a mighty good spirit about him. They're not talking about that type of spirit, people. All right, well, look, perpetuate the feeling so that the aloha spirit continues throughout the day. Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, this is somebody trying to explain it to comfort people. If they told you that you're coming over there, you were participating in blah, 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 okay? Remember, they got volcanoes. Don't they throw people in the volcano as part of their religious practices and services? I don't know if Hawaiians did that. Unsettling discoveries that might change history. I'll be taking a look at that video later when I get the time. Thank you for staying around. And again, those of you who have bothered to say thank me for taking the time, look at that. 11:25 p.m. and I'm still getting up at 6 because that's my routine. I say thank you. And you don't have to email me to say, oh, don't worry about it, you're thanking. Most of you don't get a response to your emails. The reason why you don't get a response, because the moment I respond to you to say thank you, you want to keep a dialogue. Ladies and gentlemen, that ain't happening. So to keep that from happening and to keep from hurting people's feelings, nothing more than feelings, trying to forget you. Oh, by the way, I do want to show you this thing. To keep from hurting people's feelings, I refrain. I checked this probably about 9 o'clock. Let's see. This will change. 7:24. We should be over almost 1,000. Yeah, almost 1,000. That's typical. But I use music, and you see I didn't hold back in the music I used in the video. I haven't even listened to the video. Unavailable on some devices. I use pretty much the same music I used in the other videos, but if you see, UMG. Oh my God! UMG, United Music Group. But oh my God! Anyway, United Music Group says that they're going to monetize it, but I ain't got to do nothing. Like I told you, I can use music in my videos. It's nothing wrong with me using music in my videos. I have the right to do it. Okay? It's just when I put out certain information, the powers that be say, you can't tell that to these people. And so they stopped the video. That's why I stopped doing music in my videos, so that I could get information out to you. Haven't you noticed that? That when they're not blocking my videos, it's because I'm not utilizing certain information. I'm just putting the information out there for the rest of you. Okay? And I'm going to keep doing that. Okay, I'm not going to keep using music in the videos, because even though I use music in this video, and this video, I used it on my cell phone. And because I was utilizing music on my cell phone in the background, Google didn't pick it up. Okay, so that being the case, I might be doing that in the future, just to give you guys a heads up. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this one proves beneficial. Okay, have a very good day. Have another good life, and we'll talk again. Goodbye, people.